Hi, I'm James Green with Actual Tech Media, and we're here at VMworld 2016. I've got David Klee of Heraflex Technologies here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what he's doing at VMworld, and we're also going to dig into something he's going to be talking about, which is CPU scheduling with regard to virtualization. So first of all, David, thanks for joining me here.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're doing a number of sessions this week, presenting with vendors, customers, all of the above.
Folks, and VMware Education.
Very cool. So if you're around at VMworld, make sure you look up David's sessions and try and go to some of those. They're going to be really interesting. But we want to kind of zoom in on one of those specifically right now, and that's CPU scheduling. You guys do a lot of work with databases especially, and I know one of the things you help your customers with is to make sure that they're optimizing their SQL Server licensing. Mm-hmm. You make sure that they are architecting optimally so that they're not wasting money, but you also want to ensure their performance. And
exactly.
So one of the things that you want to do to make sure SQL Server licensing is optimized is, because it's licensed per socket, you want to get the most VMs on one box that you're able. You want to optimize your density, we say. The problem with optimizing density is that you can actually run into CPU scheduling issues because of overcommitment and because of the way that virtualization and the hypervisor works. Yep. There can be some challenges there. So talk to us a little bit about how you build properly to make sure that you have performance there and don't run into CPU scheduling issues, and what people can do to make sure that that's going to work the way they intend for it to.
You bet. Virtualization density of these SQL servers is one of the most important things that you can possibly do. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars of licensing saved, which is just, it makes the entire rest of the infrastructure just a rounding error if you can't get it right or wrong. So what do? We have to go size the VM properly. Most of the time, these things are oversized. If you oversize them, it's actually like putting a parachute on a moving car. It slows it down.
It's worse than if it was, close or undersized even. Yeah. It could be worse to make it too big.
And it's contradictory to everything we've ever been led to believe as a DBA. So what we do is we figure out just how many CPUs do you actually need per server, and it really varies. But then figure out, okay, how does this thing line up with the physical infrastructure that this thing is running on? Is the cluster properly configured? Are we managing things properly? Most people say only do one virtual CPU to every physical CPU that's out there, and I say it's totally bogus. But you got to monitor and manage this thing properly. CPU ready time, CPU co-stop, disk latency, memory management, all these things. As long as you right size it, I claim at least as fast as the physical machine it's on, if not better.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be glad to hear that. There's some DBAs out there still fighting against virtualization today. And
I talk with them every day.
The virtualization advocates out there will be glad to hear that it can be done, and it can be done really well. And what I'm hearing is that the trick is really just right-sizing the virtual machine, because if it's sized properly, the hypervisor is built to run fast. The problem is not right-sizing can cause you some trouble.
Yep, not just right-sizing, but right-sizing every once in a while as well, because databases change.
Sure.
Reports get added, apps get updated, more databases get added, more servers get deployed. So you got to go do it on the, basically around the clock. I say every quarter, honestly.
Okay.
But if you do that, you can successfully say, this physical server will give me 20 big database servers. Now I can project out my licensing.
Sure. Great. Well, if you're at VMworld and you want to know more from David and learn how you can optimize your infrastructure, he's going to have more really good tips like this and talk about some technologies also that can help you with your challenges. Make sure to look him up. David, thank you for joining us here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.